Hey everybody, so I was going to talk about music and some fun stuff today and touch a little bit on some sports that's been driving me crazy, which I still might try and put at the end of this video, but I might do a different one. But we have to talk about the big news that just happened tonight. I apologize, I had to start this video late. I just got home. It's 10 o'clock at night and I've been out all day looking for a job actually. And that's part of the video that I was going to do, is explain some things about me, what's going on in my life. And so now we're going to talk about how insane these videos are coming out already. It's only a couple hours old, and we've got kids on TikTok, Instagram, complaining that Trump didn't get assassinated. Like, how desperate do you have to be to actually think like this? Like, there are people, Destiny is one of them, that I absolutely loathe. I cannot stand people like Destiny who are just so mind-numbingly Trump deranged that he actually tweeted something pretty nasty about guns and how Trump maybe, like, how did he put it, didn't get what he had coming. And that's just, it's unacceptable. If I were to do that, if I were to say, oh man, too bad Biden didn't get, the FBI would be on my door looking at my ARs going, what were you planning there, Missy? And it's just not, I'm not even going to say it's not fair. It's beyond not fair. This is disgusting. Like, there is no other word that I can come up with. Like, everybody on Twitter is hitting me up like, what do you think? What is going on? I'm like, I'm trying to do a video right now, you guys, but I'm struggling to come up with the words because I'm so upset, like, that this is even a thing. Like, I knew, I'm not trying to be like, I told you so, but I've always thought the minute that he got, like, kind of let out of jail on his, it's like, they're going to try and assassinate this poor man. This guy wants nothing but good for the people in this country, and even the people that hate him. He doesn't want them to suffer or have any misfortune. And yet they have the TDS, the Trump derangement syndrome, so bad that they're willing to go online and say horrible things like this.
Folks Booth, if you can hear us, if you are with us, please, John Wilkes Booth, if you're listening, please.
Let me get this straight. Dumbass! You have a fully reloaded shotgun, but you chose to use a one bullet.
We're not even sending our best to fucking assassinate. Because what the hell was that? Lee Harvey Oswald would never, bitch. John Wilkes Booth would never.
Today was like this close to being the best day ever.
Also, the person that at Trump at his rally was exercising that right that all of those Republicans were fighting for. So, can you really blame him?
Okay, you guys. Like I said, I don't have words for this. This is one, unacceptable, but two, I'm literally shaking right now with these kids who have no idea what life is about. Most of those people, that one girl was probably in her mid-30s. They haven't even experienced life yet. They haven't had hardship, and they're complaining about someone not getting murdered. Are you kidding me? I hope YouTube doesn't take me down for that one. But if I was to say anything like that online, Facebook, Instagram, it doesn't matter. The FBI would be knocking on my door because, so the instructor for my CCW class, so that I can carry a concealed weapon, made explicit instructions to us, everybody in the class, that it was important that you not brag on social media about your gun collection. You don't, like, post pictures with your gun, because if you are ever involved in a shooting, it may come down to them, the lawyers, pulling your social media accounts and showing a jury that, look, this person is a gun nut, they're a gun enthusiast, they had no problem committing this crime, they murdered this person in cold blood, and here's the proof. And look, they'll just make you look like a total demon from your social media accounts, just saying, hey, look, I got a new gun, or, check out my AR, it's funny colors. It's such a double standard. And here we have this idiot who's probably, what, 19? This is insanity.
I just found out about this shit. It just happened. I haven't even had a second to process. You're telling me somebody finally had the balls to bring a pew-pew, and he missed! We were a second away! We were a centimeter away from half of the problem being gone, and you missed! There was a white man attached to that trigger. I know it! We were a centimeter away!
Okay, did she literally just say there was a white man attached to that trigger? Like, what does that have to do with anything? Like I said, they will go to any length to make it about race, injustice, genocide, anything they can. And now, like, I don't love Trump. Like, I don't think he's like the end all be all, the second coming, all that. I'm not in love with Trump, but I can tell you guys 100% from the year 2016 to the year 2021, roughly, I was in a aftermarket automotive sales position that was based on disposable income. And forgive me if I've already talked about this, but in those 4 years that Trump was president, I had more sales commission from my job. Like, I was doing so good because of the jobs that Trump created, the oil fields, the building of the wall, those two, because of the industry that I worked in, which was the automotive aftermarket truck redneck industry. I hate to say it like that, but it's true. Like, as a truck detailer or truck outfitter. So we made big monster trucks, or if you had a Jeep that you wanted to build, we would put monster tires on it, walkers, bigger motor, all the stuff that you needed to go off road, do all this stuff. So we had two groups of customers. We had the wall builders and we had the oil field guys. The oil field guys would come with what we call dirty money, because it was money made by digging oil and getting dirty, getting your hands dirty, dirty oil money trucks. That's what we call them. And it was a heyday. These guys were going up to North Dakota, South Dakota, the drilling fields, and they would spend 3-4 months up there and get like 2 months off. They'd come home with bags of cash, you guys, like thousands of dollars. They'd buy a new truck, they'd get the wife a new car, bring me their truck and say, here's $20,000, fix it, make it look cool. And that was my job for 4 years. That's what I did, was fix up trucks for guys on the border, guys up in the oil fields. Like, it was great. Like, everybody had disposable income. It was nice because we all had jobs that, yeah, it was hard work, but like I said in my last video, let's divide the country and see who lasts, because we'll be drilling oil, building the walls, walking around with our guns, and everybody will be safe. Nobody will have a problem. And then right after 2021, Biden quit building the wall. He stopped he pulled all the permits for the oil drilling fields. And guess what? All my customers came back to me and were like trying to return everything they had bought from me for the last 4 years. Like, they literally were like, I lost my job. I can't afford this truck anymore. Can you guys take it back? Can you guys take the lift kit off? I'm going to sell it. Like, everybody was selling their trucks. The truck I drive is what we call a dirty oil money truck. Like, it is a Dodge lifted with 22-inch wheels, 38-inch tires, like motor work, custom windshield, stereo, everything. It's maxed out. Like, it's so tricked out. I ended up getting it. I was like, when I bought it, it was a little bit older, but still it had a ton of accessories and a ton of aftermarket stuff done to it. I got it for like pennies on the dollar, you guys. It's sad that these people, this person, thinks that Trump is that bad for people. He's not going to genocide anyone. He has nothing to do with Project 2025. I am getting so tired of that as well. People saying, oh, he wants to genocide the trans community. He hosted a gay wedding at his house in Mar-a-Lago. Like, yes, trans isn't gay, but he does not care what adults do behind doors. And yes, I'm doing what I do in public, which is live my life, and Trump's not going to stop me from doing that. Why is this so hard to understand? Trump doesn't care about being trans or gay. That's not on his agenda. He cares about the border, getting Americans jobs, and making everybody feel comfortable and safe living in our country. How is that such a bad thing? These people are woke lunatics. The best thing, I guess, is just if Trump wins. Like, that's, hopefully they'll all leave the country. Like, I know that's not going to happen. They're not going to leave because they're full of shit. Like, they're bullshitters 100%. They're tough on the phone behind the keyboard warriors, I like to call them. They're not going to leave the country. Just like all the celebrities, they're all moving to Canada. If Trump wins, they're still here, unfortunately. Sonny Hostin, all the cackling hens on The View, like, they're all still here. And they couldn't hate Trump anymore if you wanted them to. There are so many people who just cannot stand this man because he speaks the truth. He wants what's right for the country, and he's actually good for people. Like I said, disposable income was at an all-time high from 2016 to 2020. I saw it with my own two eyes. It helped me. It's what bought me my race bike, my race car, my big truck. Like, that's all because Trump gave everybody good paying jobs, and we were all happy to earn that money, and we wanted to earn that money, and we were happy to do it. So with the assassination attempt, I listened to a little bit of the press conference held by the Secret Service. Absolutely felt like I was listening to a liberal a mainstream media press conference. Every question the guy was faced with was the same answer. We can't talk about that right now because it's under investigation. We can't talk about this right now because we don't know anything. We don't know. It was just a constant deflect, can't do it, deflect, can't do it. I was like, why are you even fielding questions from all these reporters? Like, literally, you're not going to answer anything. You know it and I know it. The only thing they can confirm was one innocent got killed. The shooter got killed, which I would like to say that unfortunately they shot the guy. I listened to an interview about him getting shot, and it was kind of graphic. They interviewed a local redneck. It was like, yeah, they blew his head off. I'm like, that's what he said. And the guy was like, can you not say that? We're on television. Why wouldn't he or the 5 people that he was with? Everybody has a cell phone. Why didn't somebody call 911? Like, hey, we got a shooter on the roof. Like, nobody thought to call. Like, that kind of drives me crazy about this one. But let's see, watch.
Someone who was here. You weren't inside the event,
Nope.
but you were just outside. Tell us what you saw.
So we had a party here all day. You can see behind us the Brinkles Farming Greenhouse here. We had a party, and we all decided, hey, you know, when we hear Trump up there, we're going to walk up through the field, stand by the trees out there under the shade, and and listen to the rally. Right? We couldn't see him, but we could hear him. So we walked up, and probably 5 to 7 minutes of Trump speaking. I'm estimating here. I have no idea, you know, but. We noticed a guy crawling, bear crawling up the roof of the building beside us, 50 feet away from us. So we're standing there, and, you know, we're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof.
And he had a gun, right?
He had a rifle. We could clearly see him with a rifle. Absolutely. We're pointing at him. The police are down there running around on the ground. We're like, hey, man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle. And the police were like, huh, what? You know, like they didn't know what was going on. You know, we're like, hey, right here on the roof, we can see him from right here. We see him. You know, he's crawling. And next thing you know, I'm thinking to myself, why is Trump still speaking? Why have they not pulled him off the stage? I'm standing there pointing at him for, 2 or 3 minutes. Secret Service is looking at us from the top of the barn. I'm pointing at.
See, and that's what I'm talking about. Why, right there, why didn't anybody of his group pick up their cell phone and call 911? Like, if you get through, that's another debate with all the defund the police bullshit, especially in Pennsylvania. What if they probably would have been put on hold or chalked up to being a prank call or something? I don't know.
At that roof, just standing there like this, and next thing you know, 5 shots rang out.
So you're certain that the shots came from that guy on the roof?
100%. 100%.
And he was up there for a couple of minutes.
He was up there.
You saw him up there for a couple of minutes.
Absolutely. At least 3 to 4 minutes.
And you were telling the police and the Secret Service.
We were telling the police. We were pointing at them for the Secret Service, who were looking at us from the top of the barn. They were looking at us the whole time when we were standing by that tree.
Could they see
binoculars?
Did they see him?
Probably not, because the roof, the way that the slope went, he was behind where they could see. But why is there?
He still had the beer in his hand with the koozie. That's kind of funny right there. That's so redneck. I told you guys he was redneck.
Secret Service on all of these roofs here. I mean, this is not a big place.
Did you see? I mean, obviously, everyone, when the shooting started, everyone was very panicked. Did you see what happened to him at all?
Oh yeah, they blew his head off.
Okay, sorry.
Secret Service blew his head off.
Okay, just be careful because we don't quite know who's watching. But you're pretty sure they shot the guy.
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay.
Yep.
You saw that happen?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And did you see them go up to him afterwards, or?
They crawled up on the roof. They had their guns pointed at him, make sure he was dead. He was dead, and that was it. It was over.
It's incredibly shocking.
The guy was on the roof right there. You can see the white roof.
But the point is, like, so frustrating. Why didn't they call the cops? Like, what was? I mean, they should have been jumping, screaming, like, hey, I don't know. It sucks. Like, they were doing as much as they could at the time. I guess it seems like that's the best they could get. Maybe none of them had their cell phones, but either way, it's sad. And more. So in my opinion, they could have done a lot more to notify the police or Secret Service, like jumping up and down, screaming, like maybe even yelling at the guy, like, hey, get down from there. Like, we see you, And I know these guys own guns, but I don't think it's like Pennsylvania. I don't know the gun laws there as far as like, would they be carrying? I can honestly say, like, if I was carrying that day and I had my sidearm with me and that dude was on the roof with a gun, like, and I was looking at Trump, like, I would put 2 and 2 together. I would be over there, like, screaming at that dude, like, you better get down from there, call the police. Like, ready to go. If he turned his gun my way, you know, I can defend myself. Like, I'm not afraid to die, and leave it at that with that guy. But I wanted you guys to see that video. It's pretty funny with the can of beer with the koozie. Like, that's pretty rad. I gotta love these. I gotta love America. Like, those are the people that probably don't like me as a trans woman, but I don't care. I love them to death. Like, that's fine. That is what is called being open and accepting to everyone. Even if you know somebody hates you, I'm not going to hate them back just because they don't like me. I mean, I may not talk to them, I don't associate with them, but I'm not going to hate somebody, especially I'm not going to try and end somebody just because they don't like my views or my. No. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I've been in some debates on Twitter with people that I just was like, ooh, if I could reach through this phone right now. But, you know, I mean, you kind of talk madness in your head when you're online, and social media is really, really hard on your brain. It's been proven. And I wish they wouldn't have killed him so we could question him and end any conspiracy theories, because CNN and NBC are already spinning it as like, oh, this was probably staged and it wasn't a real attempted assassination. Blair White tweeted out already that, yeah, they're going to blame it on, well, you guys wanted your guns. Well, this is what you get if you get to keep your guns. So, you know, like, I honestly, I knew this was going to happen. Not this way, but I knew they were going to attempt something. I wasn't sure how it would take place, but I don't think that this was anything like government related. I think this was an individual acting on his own behalf, like maybe a small group. You gotta like really hate that man to do it, or be paid a lot of money. I don't think he was paid by the Democrats. Like I said, I wish they wouldn't have killed him. That way we could find out if he was being paid. But hopefully they'll go through his phone, they'll see his emails and see if anybody did pay this man to do what he did. I think he acted alone. I don't know that for sure. That's all just allegedly. Even if the Democrats did pay him to try this, I think they will be pretty good at covering up their tracks. But who knows? Like, we'll find out. And at least we know this for sure. I hope anybody who was on the fence about voting for Trump and kind of like maybe independent or still kind of leaning towards Biden, and if you were going to vote for Biden, you got to understand, like, he is not good for the country. And look at what these people are willing to do if Trump is president. Like, they're willing to just take this man out. Like, that's not okay. Like, you can't just hurt somebody that you don't like just because you don't like the way they think or their views. Or he's not going to genocide anybody. Yeah, he's going to make you obey the law. He's going to try and find you a job. Is that such a bad thing? So like I said, I'm sorry. I wanted to do a different type video today. I still will, but I have to do some editing and fix that other video. But I didn't want to have to talk about this. This is atrocious, and it's really a black eye on our country, and this will go down in history for sure. That's what they're all saying. So hey, you guys, like, comment, subscribe. If you guys want to have some conversations in the comments, do it respectfully, and let me know if there's anything you think I missed. See ya.